Hello, my name's Rob Warner and I'm here at my local track in the Chilterns. I've done literally thousands and thousands of laps of this on a petrol motorcycle, but today is the first time I've ever thrown my leg over an electric bike, and believe me, the performance is frightening. It is so fast. There's no gears, there's no clutch. It's a mad thing to ride, but I can see already just how capable these bikes are. And of course, like every other track in the UK, even this one tucked away in the middle of nowhere gets noise complaints, and that hopefully will all go away with the advent of electric motorcycles. And we've had a few weeks now to reflect on the inaugural FIM E-Xplorer World Cup, the first ever championship for electric motorcycles. And it went something like this. Massive over that jump. Huge air. Oh, it's a clean pass. Oh my goodness. Up the inside, he's nailed it. Oh, he goes down hard. Oh, look at that. Oh, she's absolutely nailed it. She crosses the line first, they take that first World Cup win. The inside there. What a comeback. Electrifying racing out there. So coming up then, we've got highlights of all 5 rounds of this year's series. We're going to be taking a super close look and nerding out about the bikes, and Beanie Reese, the teenage superstar, is even going to tell us how to ride them. And if you're wondering what the FIM E-Xplorer actually is, well, this will bring you up to speed. Brand spanking new for 2023, E-Xplorer is a pioneering 2-wheel all-terrain FIM World Cup. What makes it exceptional? The bike's all electric, and a 50-50 gender balance is baked into the race format. Each team consists of 2 riders, 1 male, 1 female, competing on equal terms, which is unique in this sport. The 9 international teams that signed up for E-Xplorer Season 1 is proof that this series is accelerating innovation in electric bike technology and bringing through the next generation of riders. The racing takes place at aspirational locations around the world, on purpose-built tracks that are designed to challenge the very best at their game, combining tricky technical obstacles with big jumps. The format is pretty simple, tournament style, so the goal is to progress from qualifying through the quarterfinals into the semis and then to win the final, for maximum points towards the season leaderboard. Each round is a best of 3 races, and each race is a relay between the 2 teammates. 5 events in Season 1 to crown the first ever E-Xplorer World Champions. So that's the bigger picture then, and throughout this show we'll introduce you to the teams and the eclectic mix of riders that came from all different forms of motorcycle sport on this journey into the unknown. This then is your E-Xplorer class of 2023, Part 1. Flare Riders EMX are an Australian team, fielding a husband and wife rider lineup of freestyle trials champ Jack Field and action sports all-rounder Rihanna Buchanan.
Super exciting. It's a pioneering in a completely different race space.
It's amazing being part of the new FIM E-Xplorer Championship. We get to travel all over the world riding the latest electric bikes. We're on the EMXs and we're having a whole lot of fun.
E-Xplorer being, electric. It's the way that everything's going, so it's about time that bikes and racing did the same. And the thing that I love about the model that they've got set up here with Jack and I being able to race together on the one team, it's something that we haven't actually been able to do before.
An injury to Rihanna later opened the door to 9-time Spanish motocross champion Gabriela Saisados to close out the season. Renowned Japanese team MIE Racing, known for its heritage in world superbikes, signed up for the season using the Netherlands-based EMX powertrain and under the expert guidance of Midori Moriwaki. Her choice of riders was the all-Spanish lineup of Jorge Zaragoza and Sandra Gomez, with Australian Jessica Gardner subbing in for round 3.
Full electrical bike race, so the performance will be going up and up. This is the innovation of the technologies. I'm so lucky to have a great riders, also great team.
This is the future and it's gonna be really fun, I hope so. Yeah, and good battles, you know, in racing.
The season powered up in Catalonia, Spain in May, battling in the dirt of the Palia camp near Barcelona for round 1. After pushing their bikes to the absolute limit, MIE have won qualifying. Jack Field closest to her. Shouting as he goes through those whoops, over jumping them again. Oh, Buchanan goes down. Nasty. Sur-Ron out front, although not many of the original parts left. E-Motion chasing. Fanatics have done it! Have they? Yeah, the chain comes off and she goes over the line driveless. Unbelievable. Mad Will giving chase, Keller. Keeping him honest, you know. It's going to be Robbie Madison going out next, and he's almost on her. Maddo, but it's Richardson with a drive, and Maddo's chain comes off, and Richardson gets it. It's Robbie Madison snatching defeat from the jaws of victory at the very last moment there. The chain dropping on that Sur-Ron. Gravity took damage in qualifying and didn't make the start line of their quarter final. So they're knocked out with Flair, Seven and Madwill, meaning the semi-finalists are MIE, Fanatics, Electric Motion and PCR. It's pretty simple. If Fanatics stay out front, they're in the final. If the man on the green bike catches and overtakes, it will be the MIE team that will go to the final. But Pfeiffer, so quick through that slalom section. Zaragoza really under pressure now to try and close this gap down. Oh, to fight for then. Last turn up the inside. Fanatics fight back, but it's going to be the MIE team just by a bike's length that go through. If the EM Electric Motion team take this, they are in the final and against MIE. Winterburn jumping past his competitor there. And Bruad, what can he do now? He will go all out on this to book a place in his first ever E-Xplorer FIM World Cup final. But he is slowly creeping up on Chloe Richardson. Bruan then on the last minute, up the inside. Bruan gets it. It's MIE and Electric Motion that have come out on top and will battle it out in the first ever FIM E-Xplorer final. So the second run of this final underway. Electric Motion on the far side. On the green bike closest to us is the MIE team, and it's them with the advantage at the moment. Zaragoza tearing ahead. Gomez, the enduro rider, trying to fight back, trying to stay in touch at the moment. But it's Zaragoza quickly running faultlessly, beautifully through this slalom and scrubs hard. Actually raced the East Coast Supercross for the AMA this winter. Lemoyne hasn't given up. Pushing down to get those wheels on the ground as quick as she can. The heavens have opened. That's going to make things slippery if we go another round, but I don't think we are going to. The MIE team looking like they're going to get it. It's a big gap at the moment. Second rider now leaving the top, so real pressure now on Sandra Gomez. Christopher Brand leaves the top now. Now if Bruan can catch Sandra Gomez, it will go to a tie-breaking third round. If the MIE team, Gomez, can stay out front, it's done. They've won the first round of this World Cup. Bruan, though, savage on that step up. He's trying everything to close this gap down, but it might not be coming down quick enough. It was a massive advantage at the end of lap number 1. Gomez, already at the end of this straight. Bruan just getting on it on the Electric Motion. Oh, Gomez is nearly there. If she crosses the line first, they take that first World Cup win. She's nearly there, just a stalwart to come. She's not really under any pressure, can take her time. Look at this for Gomez. And the MIE team take it, win in the first World Cup race of the E-Xplorer series.
We won, so that's amazing, and we are very happy.
The last one, we did everything, I think, and it works. So that's good. We are the winners. We are happy.
MIE taking the win here puts them at the top of the championship table. Here's what the scores look like so far. Round one set the tone for the season then, super fast and super competitive, and it was the Spanish duo of Zaragoza and Gomez who took the win on home soil. And while we were there, I caught up with an absolute god of freestyle motocross, Matt Rabot.
It's pretty cool to have these new technologies. E-bikes, it's so powerful, then it's quite pretty cool. And you know, for a rider like me who living in Switzerland, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
With a bike like this, you can ride during the summer, you can ride on the evening, you can ride on Sunday. You don't have any more neighbors complain about the noise.
You could
that
actually
do.
build a supercross track in the city, in your garden.
Exactly. It's pretty cool. You just charge your bike and go have fun. It's
that simple.
Yeah.
And you know, you do freestyle motocross. 3 years ago, you told me you made the switch over to electric bikes. How's it been in that field for you? Because as you said, they've got incredible power, but a different weight. I mean, to do a backflip on one, what's it like?
It was a big challenge for me to check if it's possible to do the same tricks and the same thing with the e-bike than with a regular bike. But pretty much pretty fast, I was like, that's the future.
Can you match on the electric motorbike what you could do on a normal motorbike? Is it much the same? Are you able to do everything?
You know, the funny thing, for some tricks it's easier, and from some trick it's harder. Because you know, with the e-bike, technically, you have a better control with the back wheels, because you don't have clutch and you don't have the back wheels. It's directly
no braking on it, right?
Yeah, directly connect with the engine. Then when you do throttle and if you brake, you have the energy of your wheels and on the engine who stop, and you have a way better control on the back. But on the same time, you know, when you do some tricks without the hand of the bar, the back wheel start to slow down a little bit and the bike go nose down.
No way.
But you just get used to it and play with that, but you can do exactly the same trick.
So you've adjusted fully and you're loving it, yeah?
I'm in love with the bike for sure, and I totally trust that if we don't do the switch right now, the motocross sport will die. Then it's the future, it's super cool, the technology is here, then
let's go.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Matt.
For what?
For what? Yeah. For what? Yeah. Well, great to catch up with freestyle motocross legend Matt Rabot in slightly warmer Spain at round one this year. A man who's already adopted electric motorcycles for his riding. We've got two bikes here from the PCR team, both used in this year's FIM E-Xplorer World Cup. Let's take a closer look. First thing I noticed, no clutch. In fact, a lot of these electric bikes, the rear brake will be there, which will be less weird to me coming from bicycles, but that would take a bit of getting used to. They are literally twist and go. These things go from nothing to full speed just by twisting the throttle. And of course, you don't fire it up. There's no noise, it just starts. It's completely silent, no emissions. So this is a Sur-Ron Storm B. It's kind of equivalent, the electric bike equivalent to a 450 motocross bike. It's 130 kilos in weight. The battery alone on this is 30 kilos and it produces around 30 horsepower. And this actually is a Sur-Ron Ultra B, which has been favoured more by the teams. It's basically a lot more like a 125. It's a lot lighter. So this bike has got the rear brake mounted on the handlebars. I mean, it's also got this regen brake here that can be dragged, can be programmed by the app on the phone as well to completely lock up. Weird to look down on a motorcycle, see no brake lever, no gear lever. So this one puts out 22 kilowatts of power, and if you want to translate that to horsepower, you times it by 1.5, meaning this puts out around 35 horsepower. Coupled with its lighter weight, just 95 kilos, you know, it's way lighter than that one, then this is ultra competitive. You twist the throttle, there's no carburetor, there's no fuel going anywhere, of course. Simply goes power control box here, the uprated control box, massive battery there, the motor's here, and that of course just drives the front sprocket to the back wheel, just like a motocross bike. Can't help but notice there's no exhaust on this either. Yeah, very different. So these are the two Sur-Rons that are used by the PCR team. Let's take a look at what all the other teams have put on the line in 2023. Across the 9 teams, there's a range of electric bikes ready to adapt to the discipline crossover of motocross, enduro and trials. The Madwheel team uses the Sur-Ron Ultra B. This bike has a very good power to weight ratio. Same manufacturer for the PCR-e factory team, using both the Ultra B and the Storm B, as we just saw. And its Sur-Ron Light B's also built by EBMX for the Fanatics team. Lizcat have put their unique Puma electric drivetrain kit on a stock Yamaha YZF 450 motocross chassis. The Electric Motion Factory team have a very light and agile trial style bike. The most technically advanced in this championship, it's the only bike with a clutch. It's the EM Escape X, and it's also the weapon of choice for 7 EM Stewart Racing. Gravity have 2 different bikes. For Chiara Fontanesi, it's a production mid-size KTM Freeride EXC, while Camille Chapelier rides a Stark Varg, the most advanced and powerful bike on the grid. MIE Racing use the XF30 by EMX. This powerful motocross bike is light and agile with a strong and robust chassis. It's also the same bike used by the Flare team. So that's the wheels. Let's meet some more of the humans that got to ride them. The Australian Madwheel racing team was launched for E-Xplorer by action sports legend Robbie Madison.
I'm here because I love the concept of what they're trying to do here. Electric powered vehicles are definitely taking over and have a huge presence. So I see this as a window into the future. Looking at how my kids treat electric bikes, they absolutely love them. They're really low maintenance and easy to use, user-friendly. They're quiet, so my neighbors love them as well.
One of the most respected freestyle motocross competitors, before hitting worldwide fame for record-breaking stunts, Robbie Madison took on the role of team boss and male rider for E-Xplorer 2023, until injury forced him to relinquish the bike to British Supercross rider Dylan Woodcock, with Jonathan Ross then taking over for the second half of the season. Switzerland's rising star Sandra Keller was the mainstay of the team.
Yeah, it's really nice with the e-bikes. It's something different, but it makes so much fun. And also to travel around the world and make some new friends, it's nice.
PCR, or the PCR-e Performance Factory Sur-Ron team to give it its full name, carries a lot of British bike racing heritage, under the expert eye of former Enduro and Dakar rider Derek Edmondson. Trials rider Chloe Richardson and Extreme Enduro contender Sam Winterburn make up the all-British team, riding the Chinese Sur-Ron bikes.
We're the first people that are doing it, and especially being on a team with my girlfriend Chloe.
The electric side of it just really makes it that extra bit special because you're starting something so new, and this championship I hope will continue to thrive.
Round 2 saw our warriors ride in the shadow of Mont Blanc and the Matterhorn in June. The Swiss slopes of Crans-Montana throwing up a very different style of track for our electric riders. The Alps took no prisoners, especially with the added jeopardy of 9 teams fighting for the 8 quarter-final spots. It was Fanatics knocked out in qualifying, season leaders MIE on top of the timings. To the start then, for our first quarter-final, Alex Andreas for Lizcat getting a big power wheelie on there. Up against Zaragoza for the MIE team. Around the outside, Zaragoza on the power early. But it's the Lizcat team leading at the moment then. Well, interesting. And she's absolutely stormed away with this one. Zund nowhere in sight now then. PCR looking like they're going to have a good advantage. Oh, the unruly power of these electric bikes. So much bottom end, so much torque. Pfeiffer can see what she's got to do. Oh, Winterburn gets the back end out over those logs. And Camille Chapelier, the Frenchman, really taking it to the British here. The riders fighting for grip over that last stack of logs. It's going to be a close finish, but I think this one is gonna go to Team Gravity. Gravity go through. Keller on the Madwell team. Marine Lemoyne on the Electric Motion, one of the most sorted electric motorcycles out there at the moment. We saw that at round one, and it's neck and neck. Bruin giving chase, fighting for traction on that loose surface again. But it looks like Dylan Woodcock was a worthy replacement for Robbie Madison. But it's looking good for Spencer Wilton. He is long gone already, on his way back to the finish line then. On that Electric Motion bike as well, which we've seen put to such good use at round number one. Marie Holt takes the win. It's 7 that go forwards. So after the quarterfinals, we say au revoir to Liz Cat, PCR, Electric Motion and Flair. It's MIE, Gravity, Seven and Madwell who progress to the semis. It's neck and neck up this long climb. Riders fighting for traction. MIE with a slight advantage. Zaragoza now falling back. Chapelier to the front then for the Gravity team. She's throwing absolutely everything at this, but Pfeiffer isn't going to be able to undo it. And it's going to be MIE, Sandra Gomez, booking them a place in the finals. So for 7, Spencer Wilson up against Sandra Keller for Madwell. On board then with Sandra Keller. Wilton will have the advantage on this first turn. And it's time. Oh, Wilton! Well, Wilton dropping the bike then. Woodcock though draws level over the tabletop. And Woodcock now takes the lead then. Oh, look at this Madwell team fighting their way back in here, and a big problem there. Oh, 2 big problems. So Woodcock drops his chain. His day is done. Time for the final here in Switzerland. It's MIE again, looking for back-to-back event wins. But can the 7 team stop their streak? And Spencer Wilton up against Jorge Zaragoza. MIE on the far side, and it's MIE who are going to lead into this first turn. And getting great drive out of there then. Oh, big advantage already. Over the pyramid, no problem for either rider, and back hard on the watts all the way up this long climb. Zaragoza for MIE with the lead at the moment, but getting 4 back in now. 7 trying to get back on level terms. Well, look how deep he went on there. Zaragoza flat landing that, but Spencer Wilson keeping him honest. Hits the front hard into that log pole, lost him a split second, but there he is. Oh, and there's no rest on this one. Almost neck and neck, this loose surface causing so many problems. Zaragoza about to hit the last real obstacle, but Wilton's right there with him. Wilton sends it. Scrubs off there then, here we go. It's going to be almost neck and neck. As they hand over to the second pair of riders, out they come. So the women on track now. And it's Wild Marie Holt on the outside for 7. Remember, brought in for this race. MIE up the inside, Sandra Gomez. Well, small advantage again, not much difference in the power of these 2 bikes all the way up this climb actually. The slalom taking its toll, closing things up, opening out again, but it's Gomez who will not mind the logs coming up next. Gomez into the log matrix then. As I said, from trials background, it shouldn't trip her up. Might be a different story for Wild Marie Holt. No, she's through there nice as we go on board with her. But look at this, MIE with a big advantage. Can they make it back-to-back? FIM E-Xplorer World Cup wins. It's looking that way as Gomez powers towards that last long pyramid. Wild Marie Holt, I don't think is going to get back on it. No chance now. She's trying everything she's got. But it's Gomez who takes it across the line. And it's MIE the win here in Crans-Montana, Switzerland.
We win again, and yeah, my teammate Sandra make an amazing work.
We did the victory, so we are super happy. All the team was working really good and so good.
MIE takes the win in Crans-Montana, keeping them at the top of the championship table. Electric Motion and 7 are in joint second place with 31 points, and PCR and Madwell not far behind them either with 26. Well, the pros there making it look easy, and if you're wondering yourself how to get the most out of an electric bike, then look no further than Beanie Reese, who is racing one of these things now full time. You gave up the petrol a little while ago, your 250F is redundant, and you literally put this on the start line against petrol bikes every weekend.
So I had my first race season in 2019. I came third in the British Women's Motocross Series.
No way.
2020 did my first ever arena cross, and that was absolutely amazing. And then 2021 I won the British Women's Championship.
On a petrol bike?
On a petrol bike, yes. Then swapped onto the electric after 250. I haven't got to deal with a clutch or any gears, so it's fast and it's been very reliable.
And how competitive are you on it? How do your results compare on this to where you were on a 254 stroke?
I've become a lot better rider and I've enjoyed it because my style has changed and it's changed for the better.
Are you the only one out there at the moment then on a Sur-Ron, on an electric bike?
At the moment, yes, I'm the only one, so I am unpopular.
Why?
Because they can't hear me coming, so I'm going to have to do a lot of yelling. And I just sneak up there inside.
No pulling on a clutch, revving the motor to let people know that you literally have to scream, do you?
Yeah, literally scream. On your left.
And do you see this as the future? Will you be going back to a petrol bike?
I will not be going back to a petrol bike. This is definitely the future.
Well, I'm buzzing to see you ride it. No pun intended. Come on, let's see it.
Right, into this corner. I'm slowing down a bit because it's quite bumpy. And now I'm gripping onto my bike with my knees and I'm holding on. I've still got the power on. I can roll it off around here. And now I'm sitting down over the front. Woo! You get a little bit of sideways going up there. So I'm full power. This will be about third or fourth gear on a petrol bike. I'm still on the balls of my feet coming up to this jump. You want to keep the power on and then off when you're in the air. You want to be straight back on it once you've landed. Right, now I'm on my front and my back brake. So on a Sur-Ron Ultra B, you actually have your back brake where the clutch on a petrol bike would be. So going up here, I'm about 3/4 of the way on the throttle. Don't need to be all the way. The bike's plenty fast enough. Now I'm rolled off the power here instead of using my brakes. I'm getting my weight forwards to get the grip. And now I am full throttle up this hill. And I'm half sat on it, half not. Woo! And that, guys, is how to ride a Sur-Ron Ultra B.
Yo! That was tricky because I couldn't hear you coming. But you don't actually see, even on a big fast track like this then, like the lack of gears, the lack of clutch, you definitely don't see that as a disadvantage.
I definitely don't. Instant power and I've got to do an awful lot less thinking.
And you don't run out of top end though, like up the big hill here or anything like that?
No, it's plenty fast enough.
And I guess you've been watching the E-Xplorer series this year. What do you make of it?
I think it's a really, really great championship. I love the fact that everybody's travelling across the globe and the fact that women and males, they both race against each other. So it's ultra competitive and ultra fast.
Fancy having a go?
I definitely do, so if anybody wants to give me a call, they know where to find me.
They certainly do, and here's a couple of teams that might be looking for a rider in the future. 7 EM Stewart Racing, or 7 for short, is an American team backed by the global motocross apparel brand and headed up by Supercross legend James Stewart. Enduro star Spencer Wilton was the male linchpin for the season, while Louise Forsley, Vilde-Marie Holt and Mette Vidier shared duties as the female rider in 2023.
It's pretty cool. I'm always kind of been an electric guy myself, playing with remote controlled cars and electric skateboards, so to be taking it to 2 wheels is pretty cool, and it's a new thing for me, and everybody seems excited about it when you're cruising around on the e-bike. It's a cool thing, so yeah, we're pretty excited to be here. The Electric Motion Factory team, EM for short, is a French outfit renowned for pioneering electric off-road bike racing. And its all-French team for E-Xplorer 2023 was Enduro star Marine Lemoyne and stunt rider Christophe Bruin.
I started 10 years ago to work with this brand. The boss is like my family, and we start to work together. I make the development of the bike.
It's really good because we have girls and men. It's the same team.
And it's like a new challenge, and it's also a new kind of ride.
The track is different every race and good, I think, really good.
Round 3 saw another dramatic change of scenery. The wet and wild volcanic forest of central France in Valour-Montagne. Particularly tough for Flair, a knee injury for Rihanna Buchanan knocking them out at the first hurdle. Team 7 are top of the tree in the lineup for the quarter-finals. So Rosie Roet of the Fanatics up against Alex Andres for the Lizcat team. Oh, hard into this log pile. Very different lanes. Remember, the riders switch lanes, the team switch lanes, so it all evens up. Neve, well, not really bringing the pace along this bottom straight. And Dylan Woodcock now for the Fanatics team. Tearing away with this. Electrifying performance. And look at this, a big advantage at the moment then into this rock section though. Of course, it's the long way round. Then the mud gets carried on, and Wilton loses the front. Look at that. So, massive opportunity now for Sandra Keller. Oh, not scared to send that massive booter there, and there's Wilton over the bars there, loses the front. But going back round to our leader now, Jonathan Ross for Madwell. PCR up against MIE in this one. On board with Chloe Richardson. Should make light work of these rocks. Going to be super close this one. Winterburn hard on the power up to step up there. Oh, these last few turns are going to be crucial. And it is going to be the MIE team. Chiara Fontanesi then. Well, gravity not holding her back as she flies over that big double jump. Remember, this is a place in the semis here. Bruin messy around the last turn. Oh, and this one is definitely going to go the way of gravity. So gravity go through to the semi-finals. Knocked out of the quarter-final stage, Lizcat 7, PCR and Electric Motion. Meaning it's Madwell versus Fanatics and Gravity versus MIE in the semis. And doubling back then Keller, which means she's going to carry more pace along this straight and take the lead. Jonathan Ross 8 still with the advantage. Oh, but this is going to get tight at the end of the lap, I think. Neck and neck out of the last turn. Here we go, it's a sprint to the line. And Mad will take it. It's the closest ever finish we've had. But Fontanesi giving chase here. Goes deep onto the container. Look at this then. And it's going to take everything, that gravity that Chapelier have got to stay in front as he hits the log section. Jessica Gardner now making a move around the outside for MIE. And again, this one's coming back together as we hit these last few turns. Whoever crosses the line first books their team a place in those finals. Oh, and Chapelier, beautiful through those last turns. Gardner perhaps getting a little stalled up. Chapelier does it. Confirmation that it's Madwell and Gravity both making the final for the first time this year. Will it be a home advantage for the French squad? So Gravity with the advantage as we go into race 2. If they win this, they've won round 3 of this E-Xplorer FIM World Championship. We follow Jonathan Ross for Madwell then. Oh, he needs a big advantage really as he crosses the line and hands over to the second rider. Clean through those rocks. Ah, and look at the style from Chiara Fontanesi there. Absolutely giving it everything around that turn on the power really, really early. Oh, and right finding his way back into this one then. So Fontanesi taking the lead. Wow. Coming into these last few turns now. Oh, it's nothing in it at all between these two. Neck and neck it's going to be as they go out onto the second heat, onto the second pairing of riders. And it's Madwell across the line first. That allows Sandra Keller to leave the gate just ahead of Camille Chapelier. And Chapelier, remember, on Gravity team, if he can win this, they've won their first final of 2023. Keller up the inside though. Chapelier making a big mistake on the outside. Whoa! Keller really getting a grips. Ah! Keller's head goes back and her chain's dropped, and it's over for Mad Will. Well, so many upgrades coming into this event. We thought we'd seen the last of that, but the chain is off for Sandra Keller, and Camille Chapelier is literally got to get that bike across the line to see Gravity win their first FIM E-Xplorer World Championship final. They've done it. Oh, and sad times for the Mad Will team. It's not how we wanted to see a final end, but we've got a new team winner.
This morning we were last, and then tonight, I mean, we are first. So yeah, I'm really happy. Kara did a really good job. It's the first time for her and not for me.
Finally, we came from last to first, so it's incredible. I have no words for that.
Gravity take the win, securing them 25 points in the championship. Overall, MIE remain at the top of the table with 66 points, with Mad Will and Gravity a joint second with 46. Gravity Racing is a team competing under the Spanish flag. French off-road star Camille Chapelier was partnered with Elodie Chaplot and Tessara FIFA before 6 times women's FIM motocross world champion, Italian Chiara Fontanesi, staked her claim in the team.
In the electric for us is the future. Yeah, I definitely like the concept of this discipline. It's the adrenaline that you can have when you ride.
Really like the format and like the people around, so it's a really nice championship to be part of.
Swiss team Backyard Racing Lizcat factory team, Lizcat for short, entered E-Xplorer from round 2, with Swiss motocross rider Michel Zund alongside Italian motocross star Alex Andres. He was joined for the rest of the season by European Enduro champion Britain's Niamh Holmes.
I think, you know, with electric bikes being new to the market and stuff, I think it's really cool that they're getting, you know, male and a female to take part in the races. You know, you don't really get that in many sports, so yeah, no, it's good. It's nice riding with the guys as well. They've all kind of got a lot of respect for us, which is nice to see.
It's super cool, like, to be part of something new. You know, this could be history. Like, it's a new world. We don't know where it's gonna go, but definitely, like, the whole electric thing is gonna be more and more as the years come. And I'm super proud to be in it since the beginning, like from year 1.
The 9th team is Fanatics, originally established as a wildcard team for the fans, amateur riders and social media stars to prove themselves against the top pros. Throughout the season, the riders racing Fanatics included Rosie Rowett, Alex Gamboa, Saja Pfeiffer, Loan Sudan, Dylan Woodcock and Brett Baldwin. Round 4 took us to Sardinia, a fresh trek built into the sandy surface of a military training ground on the south of the Italian island. So the 9 teams have been refined to 8 during the time attack qualifying. Fanatics were eliminated and all 4 quarter-finals are set. Flair, they've been struggling a little bit, but they're leading at the moment. And Zaragoza now goes to the lead for the MIE team. Oh! And Jack Field goes down. So the second of these 3 races, and if Niamh Holmes can win this one, she will book that team their first semi-final start this series, can you believe? And Met Vijay goes around that ramp. That's going to cost us some time. Oh, look at this then from Andres. Oh, and he pounces at the very last seconds on this lap. And Andreas, I think it's neck and neck as they come into this last line, over this last concrete. Oh, and across the line. Well, look at this. Bruand really fighting a go with a Swiss woman. And again, Keller on the power out of that turn. Sends the big double, as does Bruand. Look at the high of them there. Neck and neck, these 2 teams. Super fast around that long left-hander. And it's Mad Will with the advantage at the moment. On board with Sam Winterburn. On the step on, step off into these turns now. Chapelier all the way through the whoop section into the stall wall. And remember, Gravity won the last race of this championship, so still a fighting chance at the overall. Things will need to go their way today, though. Chiara Fontanesi then. Beautiful. Up over that last double, and she crosses the line. So that's the quarterfinals done and dusted. Here's the lineup for the semi-finals. It's MIE versus Lizcat and Gravity versus Madwill. So MIE with the advantage. Sandra Gomez closest to us, up against Alex Andres, the Lizcat rider, on the inside around that first turn, and well, using it to his advantage. Zaragoza chasing down Neve Holmes here. Oh, and Zaragoza on the power as much as he can be. Through the whoops, he'll have the insider into this right-hander then. MIE team fighting back here. Keller trying to find traction, as is Fontanesi behind her. Both cleanly over the step on, step off. And Chapelier really putting Jonathan Ross under pressure. Gravity, remember, if they win this, will go through to the final. If they don't, it's going to go to the third leg. Oh, Chapelier again, clean and big over there, and Chapelier is going to bring it home. Finals time. Gravity versus MIE. The two teams at the top of the standings. So all to fight for then in this, the last race of this final. One apiece so far. MIE, the winner of the first two rounds of this championship, up against Gravity, who took the win of the last round in France. They're definitely on the up, but it's an aggressive start from Jorge Zaragoza, riding on the Japanese team. The MIE out front at the moment. Oh, Chiara Fontanesi giving chase for Team Gravity at the moment, but look at this. Jorge Zaragoza looking so good out front on that really dialed EMX powertrain bike. Big advantage for him, scrubs off the ramp there. Faultless so far. Perfect under braking, perfect on the power. So here he comes then. Zaragoza's done what he needed to do. Out goes the second rider on MIE. Sandra Gomez now, tentatively around that first right-hander. She's got a good advantage. But she might well need it, because Camille Chapelier will be giving chase. Here he comes, you can see him in the background already. Oh, and Chapelier, well, he'll hit these jumps a bit harder, a bit faster. Look how deep he landed. And he's already taken, I would say, half the advantage out of Gomez already. Onto the step on, step off he goes. And the pressure is building on Sandra Gomez out front. One win apiece, remember. In this final, it's MIE that head up the championship. Oh my goodness. So here comes Camille Chapelier, and he jumps by Gomez. Oh, in the finest of styles, you'd have to say. Can Gomez fight back on these last couple of turns? I don't think so. Chapelier, a big plume of dust. Chapelier takes it for Gravity. They win the final. It's two apiece now in this championship to MIE and Gravity. But this one has gone all the way to the wire.
Gravity team did a really good job. Yeah, we won the second race of the championship, so it's really good.
Our main goal is to win the race, but we also would like to win the championship, but the points are quite far, but we still try.
So Gravity take their second win of the season, scoring them a valuable 25 points in the championship battle. But MIE remain ahead with a healthy 15-point lead. The Italian round of the championship was a special one. We were just a stone's throw from the beach on the island of Sardinia, and the four-wheel big brother Extreme-E was in town. It was also the first double-header weekend of the year, meaning it was super intense for the riders and teams. A championship on the line. This is what went down at round 5. For the final event of the season, we stayed near the beach in Sardinia, Italy, for the first and only double-header of the year. The title decider. 9 teams become an even 8, with Fanatics dropping out. And now these 8 teams go head to head in the quarter-finals. On the step on, step off, and these two teams, well, neck and neck at the moment. Into these last couple of turns now, the pressure on the leader. We go on board with Gabriela Saisados, who isn't going to take the win. And out goes from Team Gravity Camille Chapelier, a small advantage then over Jack Field, but we know just how quick Chapelier is. These two women covering the ground here. Big advantage at the moment though for Sandra Keller. Jonathan Ross, the Swissman, doing everything he needs to do here. Spencer Wilton, unable to patch him, it looks like. So riders doubling their way through the whoops, over the stall wall. Almost level now. And both these riders going around the FMX kicker. I don't blame them for that. Massive jump there if you want it. And look at these two, neck and neck over the big double. So a real fight here. Who will it be? Winterburn getting a little bit of bother, and again there. You can't be too aggressive on these electric bikes. It will cost you time. They deliver so much power. You've got to respect it. You've got to find the traction. Andre's doing that perfectly at the front at the moment. Remember, MIE are the series leaders. Christophe Bruand. You can see just how early and hard he lifted that front wheel to try and get over that concrete block with a bit more speed. I think he managed it just. With the Electric Motion team out front at the moment then. Zaragoza is absolutely tearing up this track. Times up the whoop section perfectly. And he makes history of Maureen Lemoyne over the big kicker. She goes around it. A little bit more time lost there again. So it's going to be MIE. They're going to be booking themselves a place in those semis. So the last semi-finals of the season have been decided. Flare, 7, PCR and Electric Motion all eliminated. It's Gravity, Madwheel, MIE and Lizcat who go through. So Sandra Keller gifting Gravity round 1. With that crash, she's going to want to put it right here. Up against Chiara Fontanesi. Keller then into the first of the... and down she goes! Keller goes down, hits the deck again! Just gets unbalanced. The dirt had been taken out of the base of those earlier in the day today to make them a little trickier. Great to see the ever-improving Lizcat in another semi-final. They're going to need to win this round though if they're to make their only final of the year. It won't be easy. Up against the series leaders, MIE. Can Zaragoza shut her down? The gap coming down already, and that's why. Neve Holmes has crashed out. So Neve Holmes, the UK rider, has gone down. And then there were two. The final is a straight down showdown between the top two in the standings. It's Gravity versus MIE. Gravity already won the first round in this final. They won the last 2 rounds of the World Championship. Well, the team very much on the up in the latter part of this season. It was MIE though who've already clinched the title, remember, that won the first 2 rounds. Zaragoza out front from at the moment. On the move here. Electrifying riding from him all season long. Loves the wattage of these bikes. He looks so good on them. Being chased down by Chiara Fontanesi. Look at that then. Well, a rare mistake for Zaragoza. And he now lets Fontanesi and Gravity back into the game. Wow. And if Gravity can win this second round, remember, they will win this final. And it will be their 3rd final in a row. So things looking good already for that 2024 World Championship. The bike's getting better, the rider's getting the measure of them, but it's going to be Fontanesi and Team Gravity whose second rider goes out first. Yes, well, neck and neck really. So here we go then. Camille Chapelier up against Sandra Gomez now. Gomez closest to us. Cleanly over that second concrete roller on the inside into this turn. Chapelier though, we know how quick he can be as well. Interesting these teams switching the sexes, putting the man against the woman each time. And this is great from Gomez. Really keeping the pressure on Chapelier, who is just, again, so fluid around this track. Through the whoop section he goes now. The Frenchman doubling out hard on the brakes into the stall wall. He nails that right-hander. No problem, a massive show whip then Off that final super kicker, he's on his own here, Chapelier, bringing it home for Team Gravity, their third final win in this World Championship in a row. Gravity win in Italy, Chapelier brings it home.
I love to be in the Gravity team, they are so good. It's like a family team.
It's another victory for the team, for the Gravity team, 3 in a row. We are not champion, but we can say that we have the most victory on this championship this year, so it's really good for us.
Gravity have taken the win here at round 5, making it 3 in a row for Chapelier and Fontanesi. But second place was enough for MIE to be confirmed as the first ever winners of the FIM E-Xplorer World Cup.
It's an amazing feeling, my first time taking a World Championship, and yeah, I'm super happy.
We rode as we could, and it was really good.
The FIM E-Xplorer came an incredibly long way in its first ever year. The technology, the speed of the bikes, the power of the bikes, the teams trying to keep up, everyone trying to keep up with this evolution of technology. It is the dawn of a new era. And for 2024, we start in Japan, then head to Europe for a new stop in Norway, back on familiar ground in France and Switzerland, before heading out east again as the season climaxes in India. But ultimately, it was an absolutely unbelievable season, and next year we're going to be doing it even bigger and even better. Thanks for watching, and it's full watts till then.